In this video, we're going to look at how you can use Soundtrap as a practice tool. There's many different ways you can use Soundtrap as a practice tool, but we're going to look at using a reference recording, breaking it down, slowing it down, and providing feedback. In this first section, we'll talk about using a reference recording. So you could create a reference recording by either recording into Soundtrap or uploading a recording from your computer. Alternatively, you could upload a MIDI file and play along with that as your reference. Now let's look at using Soundtrap to break it down. And by break it down, I mean to break it into smaller pieces. So let's say I'm working on this piece and I want to isolate certain sections. I might use cycle mode, which is this bar right here, or can be accessed over here with this button. I might use cycle mode to focus on one measure at a time and practice along to get extra repetition. So I can play along with this measure, and cycle mode is going to keep repeating that measure. And then when I feel comfortable with that measure, I can move cycle mode along to the next measure and continue practicing along with that. I might also expand it after I've gone through measure by measure, and then I might take 2 measures at a time. I can use cycle mode to loop any amount that I want, and I can even work in half measures. Keep in mind that your reference recording will need to be recorded to a metronome in order for this grid up here to be accurate. Another useful thing you can use Soundtrap for is to slow down a recording and practice at slower tempos. In order to do this, I'll come down here to tempo and I'll just type in a slower tempo. So instead of 70, I might go down to 50 if I'm just learning this piece. And I do need to click adjust. And so this is going to change the tempo without changing the pitch, which is what I want. It can also be useful to record feedback at a certain section in your project. This could be recorded by a teacher giving feedback to a student, or just by a student giving themselves feedback while they listen to their recording. In order to do this, I would add a new track, click voice and microphones, and then I would solo this track to give feedback. And I might say something like this. Make sure to not let mallet 2 playing that F sharp become too loud compared to the other notes. Then I can mute this track and label it as feedback so that my student can hear that isolated without it being heard on top of the reference recording. I'd love to know what other ways you're using Soundtrap as a practice tool and in your ensembles. You can join our Facebook Soundtrap for Education group to share your ideas. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.